Have you ever wondered where the water from your tap comes from? The village of Palatine takes great pride in the water it delivers to its residents. It all starts in Evanston and is carried through 3 different pumping entities. The water comes directly from Lake Michigan and into their pumping station.
This is Kevin Lucas, the Assistant Superintendent for Water Production with the City of Evanston Water Utility. We're here today to talk a little bit about how your water goes from Lake Michigan to your tap. And the member communities that we supply with drinking water are Evanston, Skokie, the Northwest Commission, which is comprised of Arlington Heights, Buffalo Grove, Palatine, and Wheeling. Initially, the water comes from the lake. Lake Michigan is a very good source of water for treatment. The water is brought in through the intakes, goes through into the suction wells. In the summertime months, you see the equipment here are called traveling screens. And when the system is operating, the traveling screens are designed to remove algae, fish, crawfish, etc. From the suction wells, we use low-lift pumps which begin the treatment process. So we're taking a look now at the low-lift pumps. These pumps take the water from the suction wells and lift them into our flash mix, which we'll see in just a moment. One of the things that you should note is that 3 of the 4 engines and pumps in this room all have backup generators. So in case of power outage and lack of electricity, we can continue to supply water. At this point, the water enters what's called the flash mix. Chemicals are added, aluminum sulfate and polymer as coagulants, chlorine for a disinfectant, and fluoride for dental health and the prevention of tooth decay. Coagulants are designed to take the particles that are in the water and have them clump together to form a flock and then drop out. Within the basins, sedimentation and settling basins, which is where we are standing right now, all of that material drops to the bottom, and what is left over is water that is ready to go through the filtration process.
Hello, my name is Ed Seaman. I'm Filtration Division Chief of the Evanston Water Department, and we're here in the filter gallery. This is a cross-section of a filter. Water enters at the top of the filter, filters through the media. It filters out the fine particulates in the water as it travels through. All the particulates are removed. Water collects in the underdrain system, and then it goes into the reservoir clear well system, and then it goes into the high lift pumps and is pumped to the water department's customers.
We're here in the Water Department laboratory. This is a very important part of the treatment process. As you can see from these taps, we have a source of water from every step in the treatment process to check on a continuous basis. Several hundred tests are performed in this lab each and every day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. In addition, many other bacteriological and chemical tests are performed so that literally several 100,000 tests are run in this laboratory every year. Behind me, you can see what we call turbidimeters. These measure the amount of particulates that are left in the water. Again, we have these strategically located for the raw water coming from Lake Michigan, after the chemical addition, prior to the filters, and post-filters as it leaves the plant. This laboratory is something that we're very proud of. Every other year, the Department of Public Health of the state of Illinois inspects laboratories. This lab received 0 deviations in 2006 and again in 2008. It is very rare for a lab to receive a score of 100% once, let alone twice. So we are very proud of this laboratory and the staff. We're now at the final phase of the treatment process, where the water goes from our water treatment plant to your tap. As you can see, we are in the high lift pumping building. This is where clean water, as denoted by the blue pipes and blue pumps, is pumped out of the system. You can see that the pressure leaving the water plant is monitored on a continuous basis. Today it's at 52 pounds per square inch. Typically it is between 51 and 53 psi. Again, you can see that we have redundancy built in to this system. 4 of the 5 high lift pumps in this room all have emergency generators so that we can continue to supply water in the event of an electrical emergency. The last phase of the process is the addition of 2 chemicals. One is a blended phosphate, which is designed to inhibit the corrosion of lead in your household plumbing. The last is post-chlorination, which is a small amount of chlorine which is added, again, as a disinfectant prior to leaving the facility. From this point, the fresh, clear, clean water reaches the Northwest Water Commission and then each of your homes.
The second part of the delivery process is the Northwest Water Commission. They act as a transmission center or pass-through in the delivery process.
Welcome to the Northwest Water Commission. I'm John DeRocher. I'm the Executive Director of the Commission. The Commission was actually founded in 1957 as a study group with 4 member municipalities, Palatine being one of them, Arlington Heights being the other. Over the years, some members came in and dropped out, and we ultimately have added 2 new members who are members now, the villages of Buffalo Grove and Wheeling. We provide water to 225,000 people. On an average day, we do about 25 million gallons of water a day to each of the 4 towns. The 4 towns were really rather forward-thinking in their decision to obtain water from the city of Evanston on a long-term, multi-year contract to provide water at extremely low water rates for distribution to the member communities. This is our pump room. If you notice, we have several pumps. The larger ones can each provide our average day use of 25 million gallons, but we have several pumps available just in case one pump is not working at the time, or if we have increased demands. We really built this system to provide far more than our average daily demand of water so that we can always provide our residents with water.
And finally, the water arrives at each municipality.
My name is Jim Valek. I'm the Utilities Coordinator for the Village of Palatine. We're at one of the receiving points of lake water in Palatine. Behind me you can see 3 high service pumps and 3 low service pumps. The high service pumps are here for high demand, whether it be normal usage, fire demand, and the 3 smaller pumps are there for lower demand. The water that's received into the tanks here is processed water ready to drink from the Northwest Water Commission. We in turn take the water out of the tank and go through the high service pumps and send it out into the distribution system. The water is chlorinated on the way out here for disinfecting, so the water is safe to drink as it reaches your tap.
Water is stored and used daily to meet the demands of the residents. Some of these tanks are elevated while others are ground storage. The elevated tanks keep the pressure flowing. Pumps are used to push water through the distribution pipes and into your homes. The distribution system for Palatine has over 260 miles of water main running underground. The demands on our water system are controlled with automation, or what we call a SCADA control. These pumps are turned on and off to meet fire demands or just normal daily usage. Normal daily usage for Palatine varies between 7.25 and 8 million gallons daily. During the dry conditions of the summer months, demand can reach 9 to 11 million gallons daily. With storage, we are able to meet these demands. To keep the system running smoothly, Palatine created an infrastructure for improvements such as tank repair, maintenance, and water main replacement. Public Works crew work to keep all these parts running with preventative maintenance during the winter months. Part of the maintenance duties includes cleaning and painting of the pumping stations and wells, and making repairs during slower pumping times. We also exercise valves in the distribution system so that if a break should occur on your street, the shutdown will affect the least number of people. Exercising the valves is part of the Water Department's regular preventative maintenance program. They exercise or turn the valves to make sure they are fully functional and will work properly when needed. The system has over 4,500 valves which are exercised on a 4-year cycle. During the end of April and the month of May, the Utilities Division will flush all 2,600 village-owned and 700 privately owned fire hydrants. This will improve the quality of the water by flushing any rust that may have built up during the year and will also help determine if any repairs are needed on any of the hydrants. The Palatine water system meets or exceeds all state and federal EPA testing requirements. During the month of June, you may have seen a snapshot report in the newsletter. This is called a Consumer Confidence Report, or CCR. Every water system is required to deliver this report to its users. The Public Works crew take almost 1,000 water samples per year. These samples are tested at an EPA-certified lab to ensure the highest quality of water to our residents. So remember, if you are going to do any kind of excavation work, call Julie at 811 or 800-892-0123 first. This is a free service. Within 48 hours, the utility companies will come out and mark their underground utilities. If you're having a problem with any of your utilities, call the action line at 847-705-5855 5200. If you encounter a problem after 4 p.m., call the police department's main number at 847-359-9000. If this is an emergency, call 911. For general information on Palatine's water system and other village services, check out our website at www.palatine.il.us.